Hey folks, I'm going to be carving another piece today, and this is part of my series on quick carving. As you know, I have been carving these smaller pieces, you know, like my little wood spirits and stuff, and I also carve sea turtles and of course, you know, here's another wood spirit here. I'll show you some more stuff later on too. But I've been carving these smaller pieces very quickly, and in order to sell them in my local town, because as you know, I live in a small town in Florida, and we don't have big galleries here that sell expensive, beautiful works of art, and there's really, the market for that is really very marginal here. So I carve these quick pieces so I can sell them fast and actually earn money doing my hobby. I display these at local stores. You know, we have a lot of tourists, so you know, we sell them at local tourist shops, and there's art markets and church sales, of course. You know, that's a place that I like to display these. As you can see, I'll show you, I can carve these in about 20 minutes, and you know, 20 minutes more or less depending upon what I'm doing, and so I can actually earn money while enjoying my hobby. And that's going to be the focus of this series of videos, so let's get started, and thank you for watching. Let's go ahead and get started, and as you can see, today I'm carving another piece of cottonwood bark, and this is a nice piece, small. And so today I'm going to be carving another wood spirit in here, and I want to show you how I carve these as quickly as I can, and of course I'll be doing some editing to the tape, so don't worry about that, because I have to jump around here and look for my tools, because this place is a wreck. Alright, we'll start taking some of the top off of this. And you, of course, will recognize what I'm doing. This is the beauty of cottonwood bark, is that you can do it fast, and the grain just looks spectacular. Spectacular. All right, now I've taken off some of the top. Oop, let's keep going. I want to get down here too. On this side, you can't really see this side. I'll show it to you in a minute. All right. Look at that. Cottonwood bark is a real favorite of mine, as you will see in my other videos. I like cottonwood bark. I like basswood, of course. That's very popular. And butternut wood is a real favorite of mine, if you can get the right pieces. It has to be kind of fresh. I've thrown away truckloads. This is a sad story to tell. I have thrown away truckloads of butternut lumber because I let it dry out and I let the bugs get to it. Don't make that mistake. It's expensive. I have a tendency to go through these videos really fast because I'm just in the habit of carving quick. I don't take a lot of time for these pieces. Now, for my larger art, I certainly take a lot of time. Okay, now can you see what I'm... There you go. All right, that's a little bit better. Now, as you can see, I'm making a curved mark across the top. That's going to be the top of his hairline. And we're going to put his eyes here, and the nose is going to be the distance from here to here to here to here. Okay, it's about the same, trying to stay proportional. And then underneath, he's going to have his mouth, which is about half this, and from there I'll get started carving. Now, what I like to do is take my 5 gouge, and I'm going to just chop in a little point here on the top of his head, and now pieces will go flying, and that's okay. You need to let them go. If they don't want to stay on your carving, just let them go. Right? All right, having done that, we're going to carve down to that. And you want to go deep because, you know, you're going for the back of his receding forehead, which goes back to his hairline. So you want to go a little bit deep. Of course, not too deep, but, you know, practice makes perfect. Okay, now we're going to carve back on this profile here a little bit. I don't know how you can see that. And what a lot of people like to do is they angle the sides of the face very deeply, and you want the nose to stick way out. Some people carve these in 45 degrees. I don't carve them quite that deep simply because we're not dealing with a whole lot of material here. And they'll look pretty good, but remember, this is supposed to come out of here in 20 minutes or less. So we don't want to spend too much time on these. Now, a lot of people don't agree with this style of carving, but I'm here to tell you right now that if you don't carve quick, you can't make money in the United States because we can't work for third world wages here. It just won't work for us. You cannot compete with a third world price. Okay, I'm gonna put the eyes back in again. Notice how I put these down. They're a little bit at an angle. They kind of sloop down on the sides. That's because that's how we're going to carve these. Now I've got a V-gouge. You can see that. Okay, and we're going to work on these. I'm going to come in like that, down and around like that. I make a circle. See that? Can you see that circle? That's the bag of his eye. Okay, I've made the little etch for the eye, and I'm now going to curve the circle down for the edge of the bag of his eye. There you go. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to take this, carve this down a little bit more. Okay. Then we're going to take this guy, and we're going to make the stop cut for the nose, right? Boom. Now, a lot of professional wood carvers, well, professional wood carvers don't do a whole lot of this. You know, they're the guys that make the big money, you know, $10,000. They're not going to be carving wood spirits, so it's you and me. We are the experts here today. And let's see. I'm going to use a curved gouge. I hope you can see that. It's curved a little bit. And we're going to come in here under the bag. And we're going to go straight up to his forehead like that. Just stop right there. Do the same thing on this side. Now what you'll notice is that some of this will break off. Well, don't worry about it because we've already left plenty of material up there for ourselves because we knew we were coming in here to do this, right? We had prepared ahead of time. And what you want to do is to make sure you don't go too far down the nose because you're going to want some material left down here for that nose. And I'm going to take the V-gouge again. I'm going to go from the top of his, from the bottom of his nose over here on the edge, and I'm going to go up here like that. Okay, this carve there, we're making it more defined. Boom, 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 just like that. Okay. I'm going to take a smaller gouge. This is kind of a flat one. Actually, it's a a 5/8. And I'm going to carve off, kind of define some of his nose a little bit. Now, his nose is a little too wide for me. Can you see this right here? I'm going to, hang on, there. I'm going to try to go in here like this and carve off some of that nose. Make it look a little more realistic. Okay. There you go. And let's work on his forehead a little bit here. There you go. Alright, now we're going to take out some of his cheek here. Chop, chop, chop. Just like that. With your pocket knife. Well, your carving knife, right? Go in there and define it a little bit more, because you're going to make, this is becoming a stop cut for what we're going to do next. And next we're taking out some of this cheek material to make the bags look more defined. There you go. This is going to be a tired old wood spirit here. He's going to be tired, wants to sleep all the time. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Now these little wood spirits are very popular, and you can couch them a variety of different ways. Some people like to sell them as kitchen spirits, and they make different kinds, you know, little witches and kitchen witches and, you know, all that stuff. But they sell quite well at markets, art markets, and in shops like tourist shops that we have here. Now these don't sell in Florida as well as they do in North Carolina, and you can probably figure out the reason for that. You need to carve, especially if you're trying to make money, you should carve to the market that you're in, right? And I'm gonna try to define this nose a little bit more, put some shape on it here. And of course, a nose is a delicate thing, because everybody knows what a nose is supposed to look like. So you want to make sure it doesn't look too weird. And of course, I have made some pretty weird noses, and it passes off for being a nose. It's just, you know, it's a caricature. And I guess really all of these are caricatures, aren't they? Okay, we're going to use this gouge. Whoops, where am I? This gouge again, the curved gouge. And I'm going to define some shape on this nose right there. As you know, the nose is not just perfectly round. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Chuck again. I just wanted to say that that was the first part of the lesson, and I'm going to split this up into two parts. I think we're about halfway through this right now, and so be sure to follow the link somewhere on this page, and you'll be able to get the rest of it. And because I'm quitting for the day and I'm going to pick this up tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and be sure to sign up for more quick carving videos. I have a lot of different items that I carve, you know, houses and birds and all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned and sign up. Thanks.